Hey guys, TTL or Test Limit here. If you don't know, I had a Reddit thread just asking on Kha'Zix mains, but I asked what kind of educational content people are interested in. The reason I did this on the Kha'Zix mains instead of jungle mains is just because I am a Kha'Zix one trick. So just in case they had Kha'Zix specific things, I wanted to do that. But I had a lot of people asking for just jungle in general questions. So, for example, this guy basically just wanted to know where to determine where to start, like what camp to start on, where to path, what lanes to gank, things like that. So I'm just gonna go over that. And he even said, like, before the game starts, why do I start this camp? Why do I skip this? Do I go bot and full clear, gank, push top, etc. So I'm just gonna go through all my games on this account. If you don't know, me and my friend Sipity are doing a race to see who can get the highest elo in 150 games. I am, I think, 69 games, maybe 70, and we're plat 423 LP. I think it's a 63% win rate. So we're trying. Probably going to end like D3 or D2 in 150 games, but we'll see what we get. But anyway, we're just going to go through. Oh, didn't mean to download that. But we'll just go through these games and see what the general idea of these games would be. So this game, I am Kha'Zix versus a Zac. They have an Ezreal Pyke bot lane to my Kog'Maw Lux. They have a Syndra mid versus my Aurelia, and they have a Set top versus Jax. So looking at this, I would probably want to go for their mid and their top. Reason being that they have an Ezreal bot and a Pyke bot. So both of these champions are easy to get away, and Kog'Maw Lux aren't really going to be able to get them down, like CC them, unless Lux hits a Q. But even if she does hit her Q, I mean, they're just easy to get away. So I would mainly start, want to focus on mid and top. So that's how I decide what camp I want to start on. So whichever side I'm on, I'm going to start bot side. So if I'm on red side, I'm going to start blue buff. And if I'm on red side, if I'm on blue side, I'm going to start red buff. And this is because when you do a full clear or a 5 camp, that's what I've been doing. You just go upwards. So is there a way I can see the map? Yeah, okay. So I would just start that red and then just go upwards, right? And then do scuttle. And then after scuttle, I could determine on if I wanted to go top or mid. So I would pretty much just look at which lane is pushed the most. So if they're like at the tower, like pushing in, I go for that. And if they're like behind their tower pretty much, I don't gank it. Now, if they're in the middle of the lane, I would prefer just going top. And the simple reason for that is because in this game, Jax is much easier to gank than a Aurelia, especially with this Aurelia, because it's a lot harder to hit Aurelia's E than it is to stun on Jax. You just jump on them and then press it. This Aurelia was also really bad, so I didn't really do anything with her this game. That's just one example, and I'm just showing you my thought process as I get into these games, and hopefully it helps you out a little bit. So this game, I was against Lee Sin, which is really strong early, so I had to scale this game. I went Manamune, my normal Manamune build, and just scaled into late game. But they had a Viego mid versus my Vlad, a Renekton top versus my Shin, and I had Kai'Sa Zyra versus Ziggs Morgana. So this game would be a really good game as well to focus top side. Honestly, either bot or top would be okay. But with Morgana's spell shield and their only CC bot lane being Zyra, I really just wanted to go mid and top. Mid had no CC, but Viego this game tended to push really, really hard. So I had a lot of free ganks on the mid and top this game. Especially top though. Shin just ease in, gets the taunt, and then we just free killed Renekton. So again, this game, I was on red side. No, I was actually on blue side. So I just went top side, got scuttle, and then just ganked top. So I can go this way or just go behind that wall and gank them there. If I was on this team though, I would have done the same thing. I would have just farmed upwards, got scuttle, and then ganked. So, I mean, that's just pretty much how you determine where you want to start and how you're going to path. So this game, Finally, actually. So this game, it's a Jinx Senna versus a Miss Fortune Alistar. So this game was actually a really good one to focus on the bot lane because it's really nice getting Miss Fortune some kills, and it's also really nice with an Alistar versus a Jinx who has 0 getaways. So if Alistar did his combo on Jinx, she pretty much just died. Same with Senna. So I actually did farm their bot lane quite a bit this game. Just wasn't enough to win because 0-6 top and mid. But so this would be a game where no matter what side I'm on, I would start top side. So if I'm on blue side like I would start blue and then just go downwards and gank bot lane. If I'm on this side, do a 5 camp, scuttle, gank bot lane. So it's pretty easy. Hopefully you're getting the gist of what I'm saying, but it's pretty easy to determine where to start, whether you're going to start red or blue. And that's all determined on which lane you're going to gank. Now, I can't just go over every single matchup. I'm trying to just show my thought process on how I look at which lane I would want to gank. But pretty much, if your lane has CC and they have no getaways, that's a good lane to gank. If your lane has no CC, but they still just have no getaways, that's a good lane to gank. Because once they use flash, you can just jump on them and kill them. Now, if their person has getaways, like an Ezreal, for example, and your team has CC, but just a little, that's probably not a good lane to gank, just because Ezreal's going to E away. Or if it's against Ezreal and you have no CC in that lane, for example, that's not a good lane to gank. I hate ganking Zeds because of their shadow, but this is all subjective, so that's how I would start my clear. But for example, if I see a mid lane Zed and he wastes his W to go in, I know I can go in on him because he doesn't have that getaway anymore. So you do have to just be looking at your laners and determining what they're actually going to want to do, and what's happening, when's a good time to gank. Let's see what else it has. So when to start on the first claim, clear. Why would I start that buff? Why did I skip a certain camp? So this last part on why did you skip Gromp? Do you go bot and clear full jungle or gank push top, etc.? So with why I skip a camp, that's mainly just for if I want to be somewhere quicker. So like I've been doing the red start. For example, if I start bot side, I would do the red start and just skip Krugs and then just go this way. And it does keep me level 2. So if I do 3 camps, I'll still be level 2. But I get 3 from the full clear, and then it gives me availability to contest this scuttle. If I full clear, I'm usually like 5-10 seconds away from scuttle. And I don't like that. So pretty much I have to make the decision on, do I want to do Krugs or Gromp? Which one do I want to skip? And I would rather skip Krugs because it's easier to do Gromp, and it already puts me at that side of the map that I'm wanting to get the scuttle. So I usually get my 5 camp at like 3 minutes, and then I have 15 seconds to if I want to gank top real quick or gank mid real quick, and then just do the scuttle. And it also gives me availability to, if I get this scuttle, I can go straight through mid, not even care if they see me, and just spam ping my bot lane to help me at bottom scuttle and double scuttle the enemy jungler. So you can also skip camps. Just that's pretty much the only time I really skip camps. Sometimes if I full clear like if I clear like that, the 5 camp clear, the first clear, sometimes I'll do that the second and third clear as well, just because these camps are going to be higher level than Krugs, and I've been wanting to camp that top lane, so it allows me to be top side more often and not waste time on those level 1 Krugs. Do you go bot and clear full jungle or gank push top? So I'm assuming this this question is just about in general which one I would prioritize. So in the example you gave me, if they're pushing top, obviously if they're at my tier 2 or something like that, I go top. But if they are, for example, just under the first tower shoving it, I would still go bot, because to be honest, I want to stay consistent. So if this is all up, I'm going to kill all 3 of these and path top to maybe gank top afterwards. But there's no reason for me to just go straight top when there's like nothing up top side and my entire bot side is up. Because that is leaving these up and that's XP and gold that I could get and have them respawn faster in the game, but instead I'm wasting time with them just sitting alive doing nothing. So you want to get your camps off spawn pretty much constantly so that you can get more and more farm and just kind of just scale into the late game. Hopefully that answered most of your questions. So that's how I determine where I'm going to start, what lane I'm going to gank, what lane I'm going to prioritize throughout the game. One more thing for prioritizing lanes, another thing to look at is who you would want to carry. So let's just look at a random game. So this game, I have a Vayne Lulu. So I know that if I get a Vayne fed, it didn't really work out. I kind of just did everything. But I know that if I get Vayne fed, she is going to be able to carry very easily because not only does she have a Lulu, but she's Vayne. She scales into the late game really well. So I prioritized her, even though she's against an Ezreal Braum, which is a little bit of a tough matchup. I still prioritized her just because I want her to be fed so that she can help me carry the game late game. If that makes sense. You want to prioritize lanes that can help you win the game late game. But then you also want easy ganks that aren't too hard to gank. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, so that's my tutorial on how to determine where to start, where to path, and how exactly to determine what you're wanting to do. Just make sure you're not letting camps just sit alive and you're not getting that experience. You need that experience. It helps you scale so well. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'll just see you guys next time. Thanks.